Marty, we should bring a random topic. It's your turn to go. So you start. Girls go first.
Oh, that's really sweet. So my topic, it's a single topic with 2 facets.
Okay.
It is, where would you like to die? And where do you think you're going to die? And this is, doesn't have to be morbid. Like, I'm going to get in a car crash tomorrow. No, it's not going to happen. We're all going to live to ripe old ages. Where do you think you're going to die?
Maybe I don't want to live to ripe old age.
Well, then where would you like to die, my friend?
Yeah, Greg wants to burn bright.
Yeah, I want to get out of here before I can't hold the controller.
Sure.
That's the big thing. I don't want to be old and shaky. You see these old people walking around.
We're playing with Kinect. It's fine.
That's even worse. That sounds even worse than everything else that's happening. Where would I like to die? I'd like it to be cool. I'd like to catch people off guard.
Yeah.
I'd like it to be some kind of explosion.
Shark explosion.
Sure. Something painless. Don't get me wrong.
Teethless shark explosion.
That's
He would just gum you down? No, that sounds awful.
The shark isn't part of the thing.
Okay.
But a cool explosion, maybe. A plane exploding. But quickly. Quickly.
There ain't nothing about that's quick, Greg.
What is that age? Like, what?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I used to say 40s, but that was more of a joke. Now I'd say probably
30s?
Tomorrow, flying to PAX this week. If that could take care of it for me, that'd be great. No. Before 60, right? Maybe, I don't even know. With prosthetics.
60?
With these prosthetic limbs
Greg, you're not
things
a
you're getting,
caveman.
Yeah.
But I'm not dying of a heart disease. I'm dying of a plane blowing up. Like, that's a different thing.
That's a terrible thing to say. Why would you want to die like that?
A cool way. Something like out of the ordinary.
Cool. Oh, that's cool as shit.
Okay, but the other side of the coin. How am I going to die? Probably of a heart attack. Probably something stupid. I'll just have a heart attack in my bed, shit myself. My loved one will find me in the pile of shit with a heart attack.
I like how you say loved one,
your
not Christine, because you know she's going to leave you before you fucking shit yourself and die.
It'll probably be you that finds me.
It'll just be Portillo licking.
But that'll be the thing. I'll go out some bitch way and a bitch thing. It'll be. It won't be cool. It won't be epic. It'll be like when Billy Mays died. She's dead. Like, oh.
Didn't Billy Mays die like doing coke or something?
No.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Willie Mays.
No,
Willie Mays didn't die.
Remember, Billy Mays just died in his bed, and like
I thought Billy Mays was like partying or something like that.
No.
Who am I confusing this with?
I have no idea. Billy Mays. There was a rumor for a while that he had been in a plane, not accident, but like an emergency landing or something, and a thing had fallen out and hit him on the head in that morning or the day before.
Okay.
And so people were like, oh, I must have blood clotted and stuff. I never heard that was the real thing.
Oh, right. Yeah,
but he was just dead the next day.
Oh no, I'm thinking about the other guy that does the ShamWow, who like.
Oh yeah. He's got
that guy was
hooker
terrifying.
stuff and
old hooker stuff.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I want it to be painless and I want it to be cool. I don't want to just die, but I'm probably just gonna die of a heart attack. Something stupid that I should have stopped. Should have worked out. Shouldn't have.
You can make that. You can make that nice and romantic, and you can make that like a noble way to exit life.
What?
You can
heart
exit
attack and shitting myself?
You don't have to shit yourself. Just don't eat the day before. Like, get everything out.
How do I know when I have the heart attack? That's the thing. You're not lining things up right.
Well,
it can't always be like The Notebook where I just look at Christine and I'm like, you want to just let our thoughts go away tonight? And we're like, yeah, and we cuddle and we die.
It could be like that.
Spoilers for how The Notebook ends. Sorry, it's a dynamite film. You should all see it.
You want to... You're gonna cuddle with Christine. You're both gonna die.
No, I'm saying like Marty's talking like I could choose how to go. Like it's like I have a choice. Like
that happened in that book?
The movie. I didn't read the book. I don't know what that.
Oh, okay.
But in the movie, yeah,
Sparks.
It's actually really sad, but it's like also like you know what's coming, like the way they set it up. But she has Alzheimer's, it turns out, and they're reading the Notebook back to her. To like he is.
When I was a kid, I used to think Alzheimer's was old timers.
That's why they named it that. It sounds like.
I was like, it makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
You know, when I worked at the newspaper, and this is my collegiate newspaper career, and when I worked at the Tribune later on, there was a guy there, like when I had covered his disappearance when I was working at the newspaper when I was a student. And, his name was Earl Kaysen. He was this, awesome dude, family man, vet, all these different things. And one day went in for his daily checkup at the VA hospital, then left and was never seen again. And he was a guy who was suffering from Alzheimer's. And so sure enough, he left the VA. And as he left the VA, his mind reset. And it turns out, like, I'm talking years later, they discover bones in a creek near, like, a house he lived in 30 years ago.
And his name was Joe Biden.
Oh, my God.
The bones?
Damn.
The bones?
God damn, Joe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, that's the thing. I don't want to go out like that. I want there to be some, oh, man, Greg went out doing what he loved.
Sure.
Getting elevate points.
He lived as he died, nearing. He was using that near on everything.
No one knows how that thing works.
No, nobody has any way.
Quick question for you, Greg, and aside. You went to Missouri for journalism. You stayed in Columbia after you graduated and
Yes.
worked at the newspaper there. Now, Missouri has a great journalism program. Was it a competitive job? I just thought about this for the first time. Was it hard to get that job? Because a lot of people probably applied that were in school with you, right? Or did everyone just want to get the hell out of Missouri?
I mean, it was a bit
different.
different, right? Like, I mean, there was, you wanted, I think a lot of people spread out to different places. The job itself wasn't hard to come by, but I think it was also that I had really good references. Like, I had a really good, everybody liked me at the school.
Impeccable references.
Exactly. So they were able to go, like, what about this kid? And they were like, oh,
Was
he's good.
your body double Rosie O'Donnell one of the?
No, we didn't. Well, here's what I loved about Rosie O'Donnell that she doesn't get enough credit for. When Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was going on, she was so desperate to be on the show as a lifeline that literally anyone who applied could just put her down and she would accept it. And one time they called her. They called her
That's
for phone a
awesome.
friend.
Good for her.
Good
Did
for
she get it
Rosie
right?
O'Donnell.
Final answer.
Yeah, well, I mean, remember, you could use the computer. So she's like,
The hell of a rosy fact.
yeah.
I love it.
Factoid.
By the way, 99 when that show took off, summer 99.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Who Wants to
Oh,
Be a
who
Millionaire.
wasn't?
Fucking loved it. Then they
Somebody's gonna
syndicated
get
it and
it.
ruined it. You know
Yeah.
the other show that was really great?
The weakest link.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You are the weak link.
Oh, that show was
Yeah.
so awesome because like everyone hated each other on the show because there was always some weak ass link. You could bank,
There was always some weak ass
bank,
link.
bank,
Yeah.
bank.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. I used
Yeah.
to get so mad though when people bank so quickly. You gotta build that chain up, bro.
Yeah.
And then she'd make fun of you, talk shit to you.
Yeah.
That was very good show.
Now, you weren't happy with any of my answers, Colin. What do you, how do you want to die and how will you die?
I'd like to die in my sleep peacefully. I mean, that's how I want to go. How do I think I'm going to die? First of all, I think that, unless we have some sort of, tragic disease or accident, I think that all of us will live to be triple digits. Yeah. So I think it's obvious that
Tim says no to that, by the
I
way.
don't think so.
we're going to be able to clone organs in the next, well, they already can, but they're going to be able to clone them reliably in the next 10, 20 years. They'll be your own. They'll grow in a fucking petri dish somewhere. Like, there's all, like, just the exponential growth of, like, if you have the money and the means, and who knows, we're going to have huge population problems in this world. But people are going to live for a long time.
Yeah.
And so my assumption is that, I'll live hopefully a fruitful life and don't have Alzheimer's or anything tragic like that. I watched my grandma really suffer with that. It was fucking awful.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I don't want to like go through those things where you're like, don't really want to live and you can't tell anyone. But how do I think I'm going to die? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I did tell you guys once that when I was 10 years old, I used a Ouija board. I told you this story.
No, I've never heard
Wow.
this story.
I used a Ouija board with my friends when I was 10 years old. I got it for like my birthday or something. And we used it and we asked it when we were going to die. And it told us all. I remember my buddy Tim was 56 and I was 23.
Wow.
And so that was always on my mind. And then when I turned 23, I lived out here. And I was like, kind of every like few weeks, I would think of like, oh man, I better mitigate the fucking risk in my life.
Yeah.
Until I turned 24 and I made it.
Well, see, there was an episode of Weird Science, the TV show, about this. You might remember.
I love that show.
Me too. You remember when they got the watches that counted down to when they would die?
Yes.
But they mixed up the watches. 'Cause one was counting down to when the guy would lose his virginity, and one was counting down to when the guy would die. And they came out hot, and they screwed him up, and they passed him off. So one guy thought he was about to lose his virginity. The other guy thought he was going to live for 99 years. But then it turned out they figured out at the last second, and the one guy who was about to lose his virginity was about to actually blow up and die or whatever. And so they fixed it.
Blew up.
Was he
Wow.
a suicide bomber?
No, the car. There was like a
Blow up in intercourse?
There was
I
like
know, like, imagine that.
well,
That
no.
doesn't sound good.
I guess hold on. The guy.
Is it a euphemism?
So here, no, I guess then stick with me. The watches got swapped around, and so the guy who thought he was gonna lose his virginity was the guy who's actually about to die. So his watch said, whatever, it doesn't matter.
So,
but
fuck
it
are
turned
you
out they
talking
could change their fates. They could change their fates. It turned out, and they had changed their fates.
So the guy wasn't going to lose his virginity for 99 years?
right because he was a douche,
Oh.
nerdy little douche.
Because douchebags have never had sex before.
nerdy little douches in
Yeah.
the Weird Science universe didn't.
That's a good show.
The weird signiverse.
Weird Science.
Yeah.
Marty, what do you got? This is your topic.
I would like to die mid-project to leave people wanting something. Stanley Kubrick died halfway through making AI. I like the idea that you sort of everyone is still looking at this thing like, well, what if this guy would have finished this?
I hate this.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
I sort of
You're
like
the guy that I really like and then breaks my heart.
But I would also, or I would want to die just with weird trinkets on me. And so that people are trying to piece together, like, why does he have all these things? Like, why does he have a map of Omaha in his pocket? And, like, why does he have these, like, bizarre coins we've never seen? And, like,
This metal isn't found on any of the periodical tables.
Yeah.
And a moon rock. He's
yeah,
got
and a moon rock. Yeah. I would like that.
A
Like,
moon
Awesome.
rock.
Sounds like a Ray Bradbury.
weird, like,
fucking
family
short story.
circus comic in my back pocket. How I will actually die. I've had a weird fear that I used to bowl a lot.
Yeah.
And I would always, every once in a while, I'd get too close and my foot would slip on the slippery part, like with the oil.
yeah.
As that, I would die in a bowling alley. So, and then I saw
So that's
that,
how you think
There's
you're
been
going to
thought
die?
put into
so
that.
yeah, I think I'll probably die in a bowling alley. And I saw, if you guys have ever seen There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis
Oh, yeah.
beats him to death with a bowling pin.
That hit close to home for you.
Yeah. So, that'll be me. So, yeah.
All right. Tim?
So I've said this before on the show. I want to die on camera. Definitely.
Wow.
That's another good point. Yeah.
Faces of
for
death.
sure.
Yeah.
I want it to be as awesome as possible.
Yeah, see, you're with
So,
me.
you know, the explosions and whatever. I'm with the sharks if possible.
That's not going to be quick, though.
I'm not saying quick.
Oh, God.
I'm saying on
damn.
camera.
Damn.
So like,
Gotta have the
He
quick.
wants
it
a
could be
long
like a
take.
hostage situation, like in Kick-Ass, when they just beat the shit out of him on live. Like, I don't want it to be streaming on the internet. Well, it could stream on the internet, but I want it like
As long as it's monetized,
everywhere.
you're happy.
You know, I want it to be one of those like evil
What if it's
guys
not in
taking over the
1080p?
world and somehow can send it to every TV screen everywhere.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
I want people to know that that's the way that Tim Gettys died, and it's not going to be honorable. It's going to be really pathetic and bad. And
No one hold that against
but it'll be for love. So knowing
Where is
against that.
there are so many variables in this.
But ideally, if it were to happen, it would be via something that no one's ever seen before. So it'd be like big ass news. Because if I just died now, there'd be like 10 people that are like, "Damn, that sucks."
If you died right now, if you keeled over at the microphone,
10
more than
people.
10 people would
10
watch this
people are
episode
gonna
of the
be
Game
like,
Over Greggy show.
Fuck.
The real question is,
We'd
what
still
do
leave
we
with the Full House segment.
I know.
Gotta get that SEO. Gotta get it.
Yeah.
But I'd want like the aliens that we always talk about coming,
Sure.
or a dinosaur, just like the revenge of a dinosaur.
Sure.
Unicorn,
Yeah.
definitely a unicorn. I'm gonna go with the unicorn because
you
that would be good.
Impale you.
An on-camera death via unicorn. That the unicorn is an evil creature that is beamed into all the universe.
Yes.
His horn is an antenna that takes over all
See?
technology.
This
It writes itself.
it all writes itself, and it just works out.
How are you really gonna die?
I'm convinced that my friends are gonna kill me accidentally.
Accident.
On camera, still.
No, it's not gonna be on camera. It's gonna be someone's gonna be filming, but they're not gonna get that moment. It's gonna be like they stopped recording right before I fall off a tree or whatever the hell happens. I'll probably be doing like minor physical labor. I'm really not good at that. And I'll fall
So
down
what?
some
You're like
stairs.
moving a ladder?
Yeah, I'll be like helping my friend like move a desk that he made me move that I
This
didn't
chair?
want to move. Yeah, like this table. I'll be like trying to
This
move it.
table? I
This
can't hear it.
table.
I'm pouring a beer.
I said
you call it
minor
a chair?
physical labor.
Okay,
And I'll just fall down the stairs.
You want a beer?
yeah, please. It's unusual.
Who came up to play today? Big
That's it, though.
old Como.
I'm gonna be dead. Falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
So the question goes back to this then. You die right now at the table while we do this.
Mm-hmm.
What do we come back and finish the rest of the topics to round out the week?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Unless it's the beaties. If I die from the beaties,
The diabetes?
yes.
What do we do with your portion of the
What? Whoa, no. What does that mean? If you die right now of diabetes, that's the one variable that we can't continue the
You're
show
gonna die
with.
right now.
Yeah, you've been drinking a lot of
diabetes?
soda. Also, you call it the Beaties. I thought you were talking about like Warren Beatty.
Or
What if
BBs?
Kathy Bates gets you?
Oh man, misery.
Yeah, remember her?
Yeah.
Did you see her in About Schmidt?
Yeah, I did.
Banging.
She really. When I think of hot,
You think Kathy Bates? I like Kathy Bates.
I do. She's a great actress.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
amazing.
Her in Misery is like the best.
Yeah.
It's a fucking nut job.
I liked her a lot on Titanic.
Yeah,
Single
she was
Molly
nice.
Brown. Yeah, well, she was nice, but she had that attitude to her.
Yeah.
That swagger.
Yeah.
Some might say.
Like Kid Cudi. She was the Kid
She
Cudi
was the
of
Kid Cudi of the
Titanic.
Titanic. What up, 1912?
She was the
It's when the Titanic sank.
She was
Greg.
the she was the you
was the you-god of
She was
the
the
Titanic.
10th best member of the Wu-Tang clan of the Titanic.
I used to tell people that you got was my favorite Wu-Tang member just to piss them off. For
Some
years.
hipster ass shit.
Years and years.
Yeah.
And then people would be like, what is your favorite You Got verse? And I'm like, I don't even know. Because he doesn't rap in any of the songs.
For 15 minutes, you argue it, and then you're just like, I don't even know. What
I can name like 2 songs You Got's even in, I think.
No. I had him on a shirt once.
See, my concern would be Tim dies right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he goes down. We call the paramedics. Blah blah. None of us. I would make sure you two don't turn off the camera. But if you tried, I would tell you not to. This is how Tim wants it.
But how would you hide the body?
No, we're not. Again, we would
already
immediately
talked
call
about
the ambulance. They would have come. We'd leave. As we're leaving, I'd probably turn off the thing. We'd go. Then I'd probably go with you to the hospital. You'd die. I'd call Nick. He'd be the only one who'd help you.
But do we take Tim's portion of the company and make the Tim Gettys Memorial Fund?
No.
Tim Gettys Memorial Fund. Tim Gettys Memorial Fund.
Just
Of
YouTube
YouTube people.
for up and coming YouTube people.
no. I just as long as you put the girls in the thumbnails, I'll be happy. Let my legacy live on.
Girls in the thumbnails and
Yeah.
keep predicting Smash Bros. Characters.
That's all you need.
Would you be upset if we Weekend at Bernie through the rest of the episode?
What a great movie.
I don't know.
Seriously.
I don't know what that is.
Weekend
Don't know what
What?
Weekend at Bernie's is.
The movie Weekend at Bernie's.
God!
Jonathan Silverman.
Can I leave?
The other guy from Mannequin.
Okay, you're getting more obscure.
Remember when we had the mannequin poster? Wasn't that when we had we had a mannequin poster in the old IGN office for years?
Yeah.
No idea why. It's a movie about two guys that have another guy with them for like
It's their boss.
it's
He's like
the-
a billionaire or whatever.
yeah, and he's dead.
He dies.
He dies, and they just pretend like he's alive the entire time.
That way
It's
they
all
can
these
stay in his
hijinks.
awesome beach house and all this crap.
I like this.
Yeah, so like they're
There's
having
a sequel.
dinner and they're like, "Oh no, Bernie's just had a lot to drink."
Yeah. Oh, it's a dead body. In the
Oh
brain.
yeah. And they're still
Oh,
hanging
I've
out.
seen things parodied.
The girls are like
There
hitting
you
on him.
go.
I think the girl has sex with him at some point, which doesn't seem that's not good.
There was a sequel, right?
Oh yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's too. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
My favorite part of the sequel, remember, is that like a voodoo doctor like puts a spell on Bernie so that he can make him walk around independently. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
It's like Arthur 2 and Caddyshack 2. Don't.
Don't do those things.
Wow.
All right. That's a good topic, Marty.
never slice.
You brought Bushwood.